weather outside is not that cold, and if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia.
Hello everyone and welcome to Country with Celine. I am your host, Celine Chimarki, and on today's show we have Cory and Jeff from Lemon Cash.
Let me take you away, yeah. Raise a little hell and break out of your shell. Put a smile on your face if you're down on yourself. I'm gonna take you on a real ride, steal all of your time. You're my Bonnie, I'm your Clyde. Let's take a ride on the wild side. Alright, take a ride on the wild side. Alright.
Guys, how are you doing today? Good?
Doing good, Celine.
There we go.
I'm doing good.
It's the first crisscross of the day. All good, all good.
This is some good organic podcasting, though. This should be edited. You gotta keep that in here.
Yeah,
Keep the realness.
this is what it's like to run a podcast, especially over Zoom. This is what it's like.
Yeah.
So Meteoro, how was your time at Meteoro? Jeff?
Oh, well, that's me. Meteoro was awesome. I think that was our first experience of like doing something like that, involving like the CCMAs, I guess, for that particular event. It was super cool. We got to meet especially Celine here, and we got to meet some radio DJs and meet a whole bunch of industry reps and get to like kind of share a little of our music and our story. And it was just like an all around great opportunity to network with people and meet some awesome people as well. So I had a blast.
Who was the most memorable?
It was memorable because I asked you if you like ketchup or mustard, and you said ketchup, and I was very upset about that. So that's why you're the most memorable one.
Okay, I'm sorry, but no. Cory, what's your take on that? Because like it's ketchup over mustard. Please tell me you're the same, or were you the opposite?
I hate to break your heart, but I'm a mustard tiger.
Yes.
Oh, I love mustard. It's the I like the sourness, or I guess is mustard kind of sour? I guess would be the.
I think a little.
I don't know. There's more of a kick to mustard. I like a good kick.
Yeah. It's got the mustard seed has a certain little, not bitterness, but like a good. It's got some sort of flavor that we like.
Yeah.
So, anyways, glad you like it, Cory, because that's why you wouldn't be in the band if you didn't. So.
Oh God, well I definitely don't belong in your band. That's for sure.
No.
Really, ketchup girl. No, nothing else. Okay, so let's just dive straight into it. I'm gonna ask this question to Cory because it's a little bit, I guess, harder to answer. So we won't give it to Jeff. We'll give it to Cory. Who is Lemon Cash?
Lemon Cash is me, Cory Papineau, and my brother Jeff Papineau, same last name, obviously. I guess I'll tell you where the name came from. Is when we were young, we had a lemonade stand that we just on the street there. We sell it for $0.25 a cup, whatever it is. And all the change that we made, we bring it in, we show our mom. We say, "Mom, check out all our lemon cash," and that's what we called it. So and then years later, we were starting a band. We were still pondering a name. We just arrived on that topic when we were talking to our mom one night, and then we just kind of looked at each other and said, like, Lemon Cash, that's actually a pretty it's a good name for a band. It's kind of cool. There's a story behind it, so that's where that name came from.
I love that. Oh my gosh, I had no idea that's where that came from. Lemon Cash. I mean, it makes total sense though. Total sense.
Yeah.
It was also. Oh, sorry. You keep breaking up. I don't know, when I talk over you, it's just like it fades out. Sorry. But I was just saying the Lemon Cash was referred to the more lemons to buy more lemons to make more lemonade. So we'd say this is all the lemon cash that we're gonna use to because I had this. I remember even telling my mom what if like the neighbors are lined up down the street and we run out of lemonade and we can't sell enough, right? So my mom said, well, all of the money that you get in the cup, we can go buy lemons, and that'll be the lemon cash. And then that's kind of just more context to what the name is. So
Honestly, I love that. I love that. But when you guys were figuring out that you wanted to be a duo, was there any other names that came to mind before you landed back onto Lemon Cash?
the Papineau show. I think that was one, but it was a joke.
I think we were
Yeah.
pondering our nickname is Pappy.
Ah,
But,
Yeah, we were just gonna put it Pappy. That would be cool too. Yeah.
but
Pappy would
Yeah, I
have
don't know.
like a Spanish duo, like Pappy.
Pappy with an I at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we spell it Pappy, so that's mostly what we go by when.
Okay.
And you know what? That would have been a good name too, because then there wouldn't have been much explanation. We could have just said that's our last name that people usually nickname us by. So instead of this whole Lemon Cash story, that would have saved us some time. But no, Lemon Cash is a cool story.
No, Lemon
Yeah.
Cash is. You guys suit the Lemon Cash. Like you guys suit it, and that's a
Thank
funny
you.
story to tell. So like when you guys are on like Good Morning America one day, you guys can throw out the story about like how Lemon Cash came to be, and it's literally about cash you got from making your lemonade, so you call it Lemon Cash. I love that.
Yeah. Sometimes we get so tangled into the story that we start adding details and it like takes forever. So we gotta like kind of short and sweet it. So, and it's like if we're on a Good Morning America, they'll probably cut the commercial in the middle of our explanation because it just drags on for too long. So we'll have to find some shortcuts to make it short and sweet.
I thought it was short and sweet here. It wasn't that long.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Now, whose idea was it to start this duo? Like, who was like, you know what? Let's start a country duo. Or I was reading you guys used to do rock before you guys flipped over to country. So kind of take me through that. Like, whose idea was it to start the duo, and why did you guys decide to go from rock to country?
I'll take this.
Yeah.
So we started as a rock band. It was a 5-piece, and I don't know. That was like such a crazy journey with like so much like such a learning curve too. Because that's when we started playing live shows. We kind of wrote together as a band, and the music was awesome. And like we had so many different like components. Like we had some cool little like guitar riffs and like some catchy melodies and like, you know, drums were decent. And I'm the drummer in Lemon Cash, in case anyone out there listening is wondering. So anyways, when you're 5 members in a band, you tend to, there's certain clashing that goes on, you know what I mean? Musical differences, and it really, it's hard to like the process to kind of, you know, meet or to kind of get your point across, because there's always someone having a different idea. So it was hard. It had its ups and downs, but yet we learned a lot being in a rock band. So anyways, the band kind of started, everyone had their differences, and people or guys in the band, like we're still on good terms, but they were kind of not feeling the dream anymore. And they had, you know, we just weren't agreeing. So now Cory and I kept the band together, but we hired like guitarists. We did auditions and stuff like that. And it wasn't necessarily working. Like we weren't really getting the most out of these musicians that were, you know, playing with us. So we started getting frustrated, and I just said, why don't we just like, we've been also told that we sound kind of countryish, and that if we've ever want to make a switch, we should do it. And I figured, you know, we like so many dual country bands like Brooks and Dunn, you know, Florida Georgia Line, you know, High Valley. There's so much, even just that brother connection bands, you know. So even like Kings of Leon, we're big Kings of Leon guys, and they're all brothers and family. So it's just kind of, we just said, you know what, it's much easier. Cory and I agree with a lot of the music that we write. We listen to a lot of the same music. We hardly ever butt heads. And I said, why don't we just do that ourselves? Like, we don't need to be a full band, because like we have nowadays, when you go and see a producer, they hire musicians to play on them. So it's not like we need to learn all the instruments to be able to play on our record. Cory sings, I play the drums. It's like the foundation right there. So, and we write everything. And so it's been the best decision ever, because look at all we've been in the country world for like a year and a half, or I think 2 years anyways. And we've come a long way. We got a manager now. We've been to the CCMA Meteoro. We've done that. We've wrote with a lot of people in the industry and met a lot of great people as well. And it's just been such a successful journey so far. And I think it's been so easy too to make decisions between the two of us. So
Before I say one of my points here, I'm just gonna say you said "Come a Long Way." That's a country song. Like you gotta write that. Like I know that's
Come
a
a
song.
long way.
That's a song. Come a long way. And especially how you
I'm
were
gonna write.
saying how you started into the industry like at least like 2 years ago. There's a song there that should be made. Okay, putting that
That's
out.
a good
Absolutely.
idea.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'll give you some credits for that.
Yeah, please do. I'm looking for my name on Apple Music. You know when you go to like see how that.
Song credits?
Yeah.
Well, put your name up there.
Please.
You had the idea.
I'll take some royalties too. I'll take some.
Well,
We'll put your name on there. Royalties.
Oh my god. Okay, but what I was gonna say was everything happens for a reason, right? So I mean there was a reason why everything played out the way it did, and you guys ended up just taking the role with yourselves. Like you guys just decided to be like a brother band, which is so cool. I love that when like it's families that are like involved with like brothers or sisters or whatever, even like cousins, because even in Rivertown Saints, Chase is Jeremy's cousin. When I found that out, I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, that's so like, it's so perfect, but so funny at the same time. I mean, but how is it working together? I know you said that you guys agree on a lot of songs, but you guys are still brothers. So I mean, do you ever butt heads a lot, Cory?
Honestly, yeah, it's surprisingly no, we don't, because we listen to so much of the same. Like we have very very similar tastes. So if I like something, chances are Jeff's gonna like it as well, and vice versa. So yeah, it's just the writing process is great. You know, he throws out an idea, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. Let's put it in there. And then when I throw out an idea, it's the same thing. He's like, oh, perfect. I love that. So honestly, we rarely ever butt heads, and it's great. It makes it so much easier.
But you guys are.
Be honest, but what do I do? What do I do that pisses you off? Come on, be honest.
I want to know.
I mean, how much time do we have?
What's that?
I said, I mean, how much time do we have here on this podcast? Because I can go on. No.
Oh, I'm curious. Wait, what is one thing though? You gotta tell me one thing at least, just one.
Well, when
I'm gonna start.
he always talks over
right
me.
now.
I always talk over you.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. Jeff, why don't you start? Say something that, and then you'll probably get me going, and then I'll.
I feel I get a little on your nerves because sometimes I tend to obsess about the band a little too much. Where it's like, come on, we gotta this social media now, and we're not big like social media guys, and I find there's a lot of negative vibes sometimes on it, and it's really hard to kind of go in there with like a positive, without going in there with like, you know what I mean? You're going in there with a positive mindset, but I know sometimes like you tend to kind of see certain things, and it's just like I find it sometimes it's hard to get in the right headspace. So anyways, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I guess sometimes I got a little bit obsessive with that, and I tell Cory, come on, we got to post some content, and we got to be a little bit more engage the audience. And I guess sometimes anything band related or band talk, I think Cory is just like, hey Jeff, like just pump the brakes a little bit here, take it easy. Like, every time we have a conversation, it's always about the band. I want to know what you had for dinner last night and what you're having for lunch today. And none of this band talk, So.
But it's probably really hard, though, to not talk about band stuff when you guys are in the band, right? Like it'd be really hard. And with social media, I was actually just having this conversation last night, and about how social media has such there's positives from it too, because a lot of people are getting jobs for like social media.
Right.
but there's so much negative that comes with it. Like if you see, like if you guys are doing your own thing, but you're not posting as much, and then you see another duo, I'm just going to throw out a name that came to mind, like Dan and Shay, hypothetically, like if they were kind of starting off, but they were always posting and posting and posting, you would get down on yourself and you'd be like, we should have to do the same thing. Like, look how like they're taking off and we're not taking off. So you get so in your head with like everything, like even running a podcast, like it is so stressful, like so freaking stressful. So like I can't even imagine being in an act, like a country act, trying to like make it big and like always having to worry about writing songs, producing songs, but also being on your socials, your TikTok, your YouTube, your Facebook.
Too many things.
It's so, and if you don't have somebody to do it all for you, that's just like your head will explode. Like it will full on explode. There's just so much. So I get
just never stops.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I know where you're coming from, Jeff, with like all of that. When you said that you don't know what your point was, I knew what your point was.
Thank you. And I should stop saying that because I feel like you're understanding me. So that's good. Yeah, I just it's especially there's like so much, even podcasts, there's like a lot of competition out there, and like there's just so many things that people are doing that you're like, God, I gotta do this, and like it's not something that could be done like right then and there, right? You gotta make sure you got the right shot of when you're posting some content. You gotta make sure it's quality. It's not something like, unless you're already like established and you got lots of followers where you can just put a picture of, of yourself or just saying, hey, and then posting it, and then you got all these people looking at it, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things to do and to take into consideration when you're trying to make a name for yourself or to have that exposure, promote that song, promote that album, and oh, moly. So that's where
and especially in like the day and age that we're in now too, it's you have to be very mindful of how you say things and what you post, because like everything can be taken completely out of context and it can ruin a career. Like with this, I disagree with it, and I don't care if anybody hears me say I disagree with it, because I'll never back down from it, but I hate cancel culture. I can't stand it. It's just it's so wrong. Like just because something happened years ago, like you shouldn't be able to bring that up now and cancel this person's career. Like they've probably learned from their mistake and they've never done anything like that again, but now you're going to bring it back up and just completely crush them like that. So there's just certain things with like that I don't agree with, but honestly, cancel culture is a topic for a full nother day. Like we could talk hours.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's true. And like, even when they pull something up from whatever, 10 years ago, it was also a different time back then. Like people didn't really, you know what I mean? Like, and now you're bringing up now. Yeah. Nowadays, if you were to say something like that, it wouldn't fly. But back then it was totally different. So
back then, a lot of things were more acceptable to say or to do because that was the norm back then. Now, now it's not the norm. Like if you were to do anything like they did back in the days, people would just be flat out calling you like crazy or calling you names and stuff like that because it's not acceptable now. But it's a different time period, and I think a lot of people have to kind of accept that and just move forward. Like learn from your mistakes, and we move forward in life, and then call it a day. That's how it should be. But jumping back into music, because I'll get so sidetracked with this conversation. You guys released Wild Side in August of this year. So what can you share about this song? We'll start with Cory or Jeff. Which one wants to go first?
Okay. No, good initiative. You're first.
Oh, you, Cory.
Go for it, Cory.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a song actually that Jeff and I, like, I think I could say it was a complete like 50-50 with writing, or sometimes it's like, maybe one person wrote a little bit more, but this one was like, very 50-50. It's a song that, it was an idea that Jeff had come up with. He said, I want to write a song called Wild Side. And he had this melody, this start, he showed me a little, melody that he was working with. And then I kind of took that and then wrote the first verse. And I said, what do you think of this? He's like, oh, it's great. And then he wrote the chorus. He said, what do you think? I was like, oh, that's awesome. And it was a great collaboration. For which turned out to be, I think, a pretty fun song.
It is.
And then we kind of hired one of our buddies to come to one of our shows in Pembroke and just walk around with a camera. So that's where when we released a music video, that's what it was. He just filmed us playing our show, and then we kind of walked around and interacted with the crowd a little bit. He just followed us with the camera, and that's how we made the music video. And I think that was probably the most fun I've ever had making a music video, and it turned out pretty well, I think.
Music videos that are more authentic like that are always like the best music videos that you can make. Like you could throw a story behind it and follow like a two lovers or whatever it is. Like you can totally do that too, but having like the band just like sing the song and then get the fans' real reaction and then just it's so much more real. So much more real.
Exactly. Yeah. Jeff and I really got to show our personalities in that video too, kind of. So it was it was a lot of fun.
You guys have like huge personalities. Like I love it. Like when I met you guys at the CCMA, I was like, I love these two. Like you guys are so funny. I even messaged Tina as well, like your manager, and I was like, yeah, hello, like I gotta get them on. Like they're so funny. I love these guys.
Well, thank you. We'll take that as a compliment. But no, we like to have fun and keep it light, and that's just who we are, and it's kind of in our nature, and just like to have a good time and make people laugh, and that's what we're all about. So, and what a better genre to be in. We find country music that the community is all about that, like good times. We like to drink, we like to have a good time, we like to party, and we love to listen to music and make it, and it's all of that. So it's like why not? This represents us. So it's
I feel like
what a better idea than to be in this genre, in this community. So.
I mean, we're not biased or anything. Not biased at all about
that.
music.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, not at all.
Country music, I'm sure you guys can agree with me, because I know my friends won't, but country music, you can listen to like any time of the day, like whether it's the morning and you're just waking up, like if you're driving in your car, even if it's late at night. Like usually people want to listen to more of an upbeat song at night because they don't want to fall asleep. But I mean, I'm good with like just Rascal Flatts driving at like 2 a.m, driving home from like wherever, and I'm still jam out, I'm still happy. And even country music is the best in the summertime too, though, because we live in Canada. So like in the summertime, once it's finally hot, we do bonfires, go to the cottage, do this, that. It's just country music is like made for the summer. Like it's made for the
perfect soundtrack for the summer. Yeah.
Perfect soundtrack. Hey, that could be another country song too. Just putting that out there. Like talking
absolutely
perfect soundtrack.
Soundtrack and like that's something else. That's an idea.
Yeah.
I should be
for sure.
I should be part of your plan. Like, look at this. I'm coming up with these.
Yeah. We should meet like once a month and then have these conversations. We'll have like a good handful of song title and ideas for that. So yeah, I think that's why not?
I would be down for that. And now 2022 is right around the corner. You guys released Wild Side this August. What's to come in 2022, Jeff?
Well, we are releasing a new song in 2022. I'm not going to say when, but it's loaded and ready to release, and we've actually have a video that we're releasing with it too. It's been done for a while, and I think this is probably I love saying this word because I don't have any other word to say, but it's our wheelhouse. It's right in our wheelhouse. It's like our signature. This is like the type of style of music that we like in terms of like tempo and vibe and feel of the song. It's like, it's kind of got like it's not upbeat, it's not slow, but it's just got like that Sippin' on Fire by Florida Georgia Line. It's got like that really cool like vibey. So that's kind of what this feel is like if I were to give it a reference or comparison. But we are also acting in this video, and it's really it was fun to do. We have it, there's like a half and half where we're playing on the beach, and then the other half of the story is like being shot at a bar. So I'm a bartender, Cory's like just one of the guys, the main guy anyways. But we got some good footage, and we can't wait to release that.
Well, that's gonna be exciting. I'm excited to see whose acting skills are better.
I don't know. Cory's pretty. I was pretty impressed with your your acting, because you had a harder role. Like he had to play this guy that kind of pursues a girl at a bar, right? And like not using any bad pickup lines or anything. It was like a very genuine way of like just talking to. Anyways, you'll get the whole premise when you watch the video. But I feel like I don't know. I play the bartender pretty well, you know, like making sure the drink was entered in the screen after I, you know. So I was very detailed. I thought.
Okay.
So did my research.
Yeah, you did. How to act. That's what you. How to act your
Yeah.
dummies. That's what you googled.
I was in character for about 3 months before we shot it, so I think I was pretty ready to play the part.
You
Yeah,
were
you did pretty well too.
practiced. Oh, well, that's gonna
Thanks,
be
bro.
exciting to see. That's gonna be really exciting to see, and I'm really excited to hear like all the new songs that you guys have in store too for 2022. After that, like even like other songs of yours, they're still really good, but there was something about Wild Side that I really enjoyed. Like, and I added that to the Country with Celine playlist as well, just so you guys know.
Oh,
And
thank you.
it made it. Now, before I let you guys go, we're gonna play a game because you guys are funny, and I want to play this game with you. It's called Who is More Likely To? Okay, so I'll throw the question, and then I'll say Cory or Jeff first, so we won't get confused with that one. Okay. So
Who's
the first
I
more
like
likely to
this.
so the first one, who is more likely to? Oh, wait a second. Maybe you guys are already married. Are you married already?
Nope.
We're not.
Oh, you're not married. Oh, okay. I can throw this question out there. Okay, just making
Yeah.
sure. Okay, so the first one. Who is more likely to be late for their own wedding? Cory.
Oh, me. 100%.
Yeah, I thought when you said Cory, Celine, I thought you were like, I think Cory would be late for his own wedding. So yeah, no, that's he would definitely. Glad you admitted that, Cory.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why are you always late for things?
Yeah. Well, I remember what was that thing my dad used to say us all the time? You'd be late for your own funeral.
I've heard that saying before too. It's okay.
I always hated that saying. I don't really understand that, but whatever. I guess.
It's
It
depressing
goes,
saying, but
though. It goes. It doesn't make sense, but it works. It's weird.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. Okay, I'm not gonna overthink. I get it. I get the whole, you know, context of the saying, but what?
yeah. You know those you know those things on Instagram where they're like, you invite someone to a party, and if they're late, you get $1,000 or $1 million or something like that. Tag that person. I always get tagged in those. All my circle of friends. I don't know. I can't seem to be on time. I can't do it.
Honestly, you and me are the exact same. I'm always late.
Oh,
Always
really?
late. It's so bad.
Well, if you get
The
there
world,
early, you
the
get
world
late.
can wait for us.
It's better to arrive. What is that saying? Oh no, there's
Fashionably late.
where it's like I'm not late. Everyone is simply early. So it's like,
Yes, there you go. I like that.
okay, the next one. Who is more likely to get the most tattoos? Ah, Jeff, where are you going, buddy?
Sorry, I'm plugging my laptop in because it's there we go. We're good.
We're good.
Sorry.
Hold it. Okay. Who is more likely to get the most tattoos, Jeff?
Well, at this point, I would say Cory has more tattoos than me, and he's not stopping anytime soon. So I wouldn't mind getting some tattoos myself, but I think if I were to be honest and just like in this present time, I think maybe Cory, well, at this point has more tattoos, and if he's looking to get more, I think maybe he will end up having more than me. So
He'll take
Cory. He also looks cooler with tattoos on, so maybe I just won't get it.
Oh, that's not true.
The next one. Who is more likely to go to jail? Cory?
Oh,
Who's more
I
likely
mean,
to be arrested? Which one?
if I went to jail, I'd probably be late getting there. But
I was gonna say that I wanted to put you in jail for being late.
yeah, I got suspended from school for being late for class. What is that? For being late.
Because it was the 30th time that day.
That's the thing. You can get suspended for being late so many times. That's actually a thing. I
I
almost
know. Like,
expelled from school because I was always late.
oh, really?
College, it was college. I was put on probation. That's how bad it was.
Oh, really?
Anyways,
that's awesome.
yeah. So
Hey,
Um,
get the
you know what?
alarm.
Jeff, just to give Jeff one, I'll say Jeff.
okay. Next one. Who's
Here.
more likely to get hammered on their night out, Jeff?
Well, I don't know. I would have said myself, but after that CCMA weekend, Cory took the. He was having a better time than, well, not that I was having a bad time, but he was having a really good time. So I'll probably say, it's hard. We both like to drink, but Cory, I would say visibly, on a visible level, it would probably be me. Because like I can't, Cory can hold his alcohol, I think, better than I can, and not that I'm like a lush or anything, but I just feel like Cory can keep it together better than I can. But yeah, I don't know. I would say probably me then. Just I drink too fast, and it just hits. Sometimes it hits me different than others, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Cory, who would you say?
No, I think you summed it up very well there. Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one. I don't know how else to word this, so I'm just gonna say it in a different way. Who's the most athletic? Is it Cory or is it Jeff?
Ooh, guess it would depend what sport.
What sport?
I don't know. That's a like I'd say I was a better hockey player, but Jeff, you were a better baseball player.
Yeah, we have our strengths, and we played a whole bunch of different sports, and I think we were better at certain sports. Like we each had our game, but yeah, I'm better at like sports that involve like catching and stuff. So I feel like football and like baseball. Well, baseball was my game, so
Okay, that's fair. So different sports. Different sports.
yeah, that's a tough one. Tough one. Damn it.
That's a tough one.
I'm more athletic.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining me today on Country with Celine. This is honestly a blast, like a full-on blast. We need to do this a lot more, I think. We need to do this a lot more.
Anytime.
And I'm a part of the duo now, just so you know.
Yeah, we're a trio now.
Now a trio.
Well, thanks again, and I can't wait to hear all your new songs and see that video next year.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks
Celine.
so much, Celine. This was awesome. Thank you again. And anytime, we'd love to be back on. This was fun.
Perfect. Well, thanks, guys.